Hi everybody, my name is Vivian Aleman, and on this video I will talk about listening and taking notes, and at the very end I'll give you a few tips that can help you take great notes in class. These are 10 study methods that work. First, we have making and keeping a study schedule. Researchers say that having the same schedule from day to day will help you. Set aside from 1 to 2 hours for each hour in class, depending on how difficult the class seems to you. Not just same time every day, but same place too. Studying in an appropriate setting. The right surroundings will help you greatly. First of all, your desk must be in a quiet place. You have to keep your desk clean, free from distractions. You don't want to have a TV around, or your phone around, or even food around. Equipping your study area with all the materials you need. Your desk must have everything you need, like your notebooks, your books, your paper, your pencils. That way you don't have to get up every time you need something, because that won't help you concentrate. Not relying on inspiration for motivation. Don't wait until your friends start a study to get motivated. You have to motivate yourself every day by reading your notes and by doing your assignments. Try to keep a well-kept notebook. Studies show that people with well-kept notebooks get better grades. Try to keep your notebooks clean. Try to keep a section for each subject, and try to keep a semester calendar to write down assignments. Keeping a careful record of assignments works too. Making use of trade secrets. Develop your own flashcards. Use the front of the card to write an important term, and on the back of the card, try to write facts about that term or something interesting about that term. Read or play with them during dead time, and you'll see that works too. Taking good notes. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Overlearning material enhances memory. There is no such thing as studying too much. The more you study, the more you learn. The more you study, you learned that subject forever, not just for a test. Reviewing material frequently. If possible, review it right after class, or as soon as you have time, read the notes you took in class. All these 10 methods work, but remember, you are responsible for your success, and knowing all these methods won't work if you don't help yourself and apply them. Listening. Before the lecture, if you know the topic, read about it before class, and read the notes you took from your last class so you can kind of remember and follow with what your teacher is going to talk about. Try to get to class on time or early to get a seat in front where you can listen to your professor better. During lectures, try to sit straight, try not to have your phone on, and try not to sit with friends around. Listen carefully and then write what you understood with your own words. Remember to ask if you did not have something clear. Raise your hand to let your teacher know you have something to say. After lecture, revise your note within 24 hours. Try to compare or discuss with a classmate. If you had any doubts, they might help. Taking notes during class. Listen and then write. As I said before, listen carefully what your professor said and write it down in your own words. So when you read your notes at home, you feel you're explaining everything to yourself again. Use concept maps and diagrams. Concept maps begin with a main idea and breaks down into specific topics. It helps us simplify complex topics and gives us a clear idea of a subject. Abbreviating and using symbols will help us save time when we take notes. As we can see in this example, it's easier to write MR instead of Mr. or BLVD instead of Boulevard. Just make sure you know what the abbreviation means, or you'll have trouble reading your notes afterwards. The Cornell note-taking system was invented in the 1950s by Walter Plunk, a professor at Cornell University. It consisted in these 5 steps: recording, taking notes during a lecture or while reading, asking questions. We don't have to be afraid to ask questions to our professors if we don't have something clear, as I said before. Recite. While studying, say aloud everything in your own words. Reflecting. This is reflecting on the material by asking ourselves, why is this important? How can we apply this in our lives? What's beyond this? And review. Spending time to read our notes, as I said before. This method also consists in dividing our page in columns. The left side will be left for keywords. The right side will be left to write facts or notes about those keywords. At the very bottom, we'll leave a space for a small summary of the whole subject. These are a few extra tips or a summary of what we have learned about the taking notes. Get to class early. Remember to get a seat in front so you can sit near your professor and listen to him better. Look over your notes. Pay attention. Ask. Listen and then write. Reflect. It'll be easier for you to remember a subject if you can relate it with your own life. And this is it. I hope this video helps you with your notes and becoming a better student. Thank you for your attention and your time.